Now, there is something we all encounter all day long that can mentally transport us to different times and places, elicit positive memories and thoughts maybe, and also affect your mood, happiness, and even productivity.
Have you guessed what we're talking about? We're actually talking about scent. I talked to a doctor to find out how we can make the most from what we smell. Has the smell of cookies ever made you feel happy? On the other hand, has smelling something stinky ever just put you in a bad mood? Well, that's because the nose knows. We have author of the best-selling book, Better Than Perfect, 7 Strategies to Crush Your Inner Critic and Create a Life You Love. Dr. Elizabeth Lombardo here to help you learn about how smell impacts your mood and ways to control scents around the home. Doctor, thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, thanks so much for having me.
Well, I have to say that food is definitely my #1 happy smell. So I guess I fall into that category. I never thought about it. But why does smell have such an impact on our mood?
Yeah, so here's the thing. You actually have 5 million receptor cells in your nose that are directly related to your brain. Now, it probably goes back to the cave times when you needed your nose for survival, so you could sniff out your enemy or maybe to find food. Now, we don't need our nose for survival anymore, but the nose is directly linked to the limbic system in your brain. And the limbic system is in charge of certain things like emotions and memory. And it's why you can smell a smell that you haven't had in say, decades, and it brings you right back to your high school sweetheart or your childhood.
It definitely is linked to old memories and can kind of jog those things. But another thing is, you know, you're actually standing in a room that we spend a lot of time in our homes and has a lot of smells, the kitchen. So let's talk about the smells and how we can control what's going on in there.
Yeah, so let's face it, foul odors can create a foul atmosphere. And one of the biggest culprits can be the kitchen sponge. You know, that's why I teamed up with Scotch-Brite brand with their new Extreme Scrub Sponge. It has a patented antimicrobial property that resists bacterial odor. So you can say goodbye to stinky sponge. Not only does it eliminate the need to pre-soak, but with 4 times the scrubbing power, you can get your dishes done faster. So you have that sense of accomplishment. You have that sense of awe, because let's face it, clean just feels good.
It is, and I love that you're talking about kind of like that stinky sponge, because some people think that that stinky smell goes away, but it's not really kind of going away. Are we just kind of getting immune to those smells?
Absolutely. So it's called sensory adaptation. And what happens is your brain is very primed to smell any dangerous smells to help with survival, right? And so when your brain smells something that it doesn't detect is dangerous to you, it kind of stops noticing it. It seems to fade away. And again, it's called sensory adaptation. So you may notice it when you light a scented candle, for example. You smell it at first, but then it seems to go away. It's because your nose and your brain just get used to it.
And so we have to remember that that stinky smell is still there, and our new people, our visitors, those visitors can smell it once they walk in. So what are some tips to kind of make everything nice and fresh for our guests?
Yeah, so I call these my happiness scents. And lavender is the go-to scent. Freshly cut lavender not only reduces stress, but if you put it in your bedroom, it's been shown to reduce insomnia. You know, vanilla is another great scent. It helps promote joy and relaxation. And sometimes we need a quick pick-me-up, and a lot of times people reach for the coffee, but actually citrus has been shown to increase alertness and energy. So just sniff this fruit, and you'll have more energy.
And I love the smell of citrus. That is so amazing. Doctor, where can we get some more tips?
Yeah, go to scotchbrite.com for more information.
Thank you so much again for joining us.
Thank you.
Yeah, you know, I think your nose is telling you, stay right where you are, because we will be right back with some more Morning Blend.